Welcome everyone to the FBBC channel, and today we have someone really special. We have Dayana Cadeau, all the way from America now, isn't it?
Yes, I'm living in Florida, Miami, Florida.
So today, this month is a special month for you, isn't it?
It is very special.
Because you have the release of your book, finally.
Yes, my
Finally.
book. Yes, finally. So it's out on Amazon right now, and it's called Silhouette Revival. And what this book means, I'm talking about my career when I was competing, and I went through a dark place, and I can't reveal everything, but people who can rely things that happen to them, they will look at me, they will say, well, not Dayana Cadeau, not you, but yes, things that happened to me and how God did help me and take me out from this. So it's very interesting, very good book that everybody should have it.
Just a little quick thing, JB.
Yep.
Model from Haiti, to Canada, to a supermodel, to abusive relationships or whatnot, to bodybuilding, to career woman, to beautician, to business owner. It's been quite a ride, hasn't it?
It is, but it's a blessing. I just had to go through a process, since I retired, I've always been an esthetician, a full specialist esthetician. So I make people pretty all day. That's my job. And when I was in Canada, I owned a spa already. So when I started competing and I turned pro and the career started to hit in, I didn't have time to take care of the spa. So when I moved to the States, I sold my spa from Canada, and then I didn't reopen anything. And I was just traveling. I was living in my suitcase, when I was competing, photo shoot here and there, interview, guest posing, and guest appearancing. And I was so focused, as a top elite athlete. So I had so much pressure. So that's what I was doing. I did other things here and there. I was a legal assistant as well. I work in a law firm for 6 lawyers. So, and I was waking up in the morning at 5 a.m. before I go to work, go do my empty cardio, empty stomach, and then go back, prepare my food, go to work, go back to the gym. So I will have practically 5 hours of sleep. So it's a much blessing that I was able to do that. So when I retired, I said, you know what? I'm going to go back for what I love to do. I'm an esthetician and I love about beauty. I love when a woman look good. I love to take care of myself. So that's why I decided to go back on what I used to do. And I own a spa in Miami.
Wow. Yeah, it's we don't want to tell too much because you want people. How long did you write the book for?
Pardon me?
How long did you use to write the book?
It took me, actually, you know what? I started writing the book during the pandemic.
Okay.
I started when we were in quarantine. We were locked up practically, like around end of March, April. So it didn't take that long. So that's when I started writing the book. I had it in my heart for 3 years now to write this book. And I think it was the right time.
Yeah, I think so too. Back to your career. 2004 Miss Olympia lightweight overall winner.
Yes.
I've noticed through your interviews, women's bodybuilding, the size that was needed wasn't something you always agreed with. Is that correct to say?
Yes, it's correct to say. It's not something I was agree with, but it's something I have to go along with it. I'm only 5'4", so I'm very well proportionate, but I'm 5'4". I'm not 6 foot. So I think there's a limit, you know, a size that a woman should be regarding your height, right?
Okay.
So it was extremely, even I was fortunate, I was genetically blessed and I beat really huge girls, you know, but at the same time, I didn't want to be bigger. And I came up in a time in my career, no disrespect for women bodybuilders, because I was a woman bodybuilder myself, but I didn't like this look anymore. I had to look like that. I was training to look like that because I have to win. And this is the look that they were, you know, they wanted, I guess, but that's not what I want. And it was a fight for me the whole time that I was competing because I wanted to keep my femininity. I didn't want this to change, you know, but of course, you know, when we diet or skin change, we get dehydrated, and you know, you're so muscular. I didn't feel sexy anymore when I was wearing certain clothes. Not that muscle is not sexy, but there's a limit, you know.
Let me not. You don't have to mention any names. Was this something that other girls also felt? Um, you think, or were you in the minority?
I think, I don't know. For my, well, I was the only one who think like that.
Okay.
I never heard any other women telling me that, oh my God, you know, I want to look prettier. I don't want to be too muscular or anything. It's like the girls, they wanted more and they were going to the extreme and they were following the guy that where it was going, and even they backed down a little bit for a time. When I was competing, the judge were not sure what they want. They said, okay, we want 20% less muscle, and then it's happened that, you know, they came back exactly. So it just, we didn't know exactly what they want. No disrespect for the judge, because I was a judge myself and I judged for 10 years, and I know it's hard. You know, you have to go with the one who's the best, you know, or who have more muscle, or the one who's more sharp or whatever. But for me, when I was judging, I would always go with the one that, yes, she got condition, but I will look the overall. I will look how feminine and the presentation of the person on stage.
You don't think it's really the judge's fault. You think it's more the athletes themselves who want the size, correct?
Uh, well, I I'm not saying it's not the judge have their decision to make as well, but I think the athletes, they didn't help. If they would follow, you know, a certain creator, you know, if they will follow exactly what the judge, and also the athlete, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know, okay, if I guess they were scared. They will say, okay, if I cut off my muscle from 20%, or I do this, or still gonna reward me, or am I still gonna be the winner? Am I still, so it was very confusing, and I think it was hard also for the athletes.
So fast forward to your last year, you switched, or last 2 years, you switched to women's physique.
Mhm.
How much did you weigh there compared to your bodybuilding experience? And did you
When
like that look?
um when I was competing as a bodybuilder on stage, I think the biggest and short that I was, it was 154.
Okay.
And then when I went down to lower, I was at 128,
Wow.
130. Yeah.
What
I
did you
can
what did you have to do to lose 30 pounds almost
I
of muscle?
did, I gain mass easily. I'm the type of person that I just look at the weight and I gain mass. And it's something that it was very dangerous for me. So I had to do a lot of cardio. I was doing hot yoga almost 5 days a week, to really keep my muscles small and stay sharp. so I don't gain. So I had to be more on protein. I
Mm,
wasn't eating much carb because I
mm.
didn't want to gain size. So it was extremely, extremely hard for me.
One thing about that, a lot of girls now in the gym where we train, I train, when they start eating carbs, they get big, they get bigger muscles. Huh? So you need to take out your carbs to lose the muscle, right?
Yes, because everybody's different. Like in my case, I gain size easily.
Mm.
So in my case, I should not eat more because if I eat more carbs, I'm gonna be heavier. So that's why I had to keep it. I had to be very strict on my diet, and I had to keep it at low carbs and on protein most of the time. But I wasn't gaining fat. I wasn't a fat person.
Mm.
I wasn't. I was always, even when I was competing, I think the lowest I was is 2% of fat. Two,
Wow.
3% for women, it's
Yeah, yeah.
very, very low. And I was still healthy. Even the doctor were wondering because I never lose my period. I was still having my cycle,
Mm.
regular cycle, no matter what, even until, my show. So I
And
was
now
very blessed.
we have been stalked. I've been stalking your Instagram for years, of course. So now you are looking like a wellness girl, correct?
I guess, but I'm not thinking of competing.
Oh, I know, I know. I'm just saying you're looking like a wellness girl. So what's your routine like these days?
I just maintain. I do a lot of I run, I do cardio, I do a lot of conditioning, circuit training. That's what I do. Just to maintain, I work a lot of my booty. I
That's what
love
we were
the round. I
that's what we
love
were
the round.
that's what we were thinking about. What do you do for your to be politically correct, very good glutes? What do you do?
I still squat because even when I competing, I loved squatting and I still squat. I still
Okay.
squat a lot. So I do my squatting and yeah. So that's particularly what I do and exercise, but I do a lot of reps. I don't lift heavy anymore because
Okay.
if I lift heavy, I'm gonna put size on and I don't want to put size.
Hmm.
Not at all.
So have you been following the women's bodybuilding scene the last year now?
Oh yes, yes.
Good, good.
Yes, I mean my one of my close friend, my best friend, it's Ariscal.
What
So
happened? What happened at the Olympia?
she
Iris.
just like she posed, I mean, she wasn't feeling good. And the I think it was really hard on her. A lot of pressure, probably, getting ready for that show. And Iris always give her 100%. She never give half. She always give even 200% when she's getting ready for a show. And I think, she's a businesswoman now. So there's a difference, like when you didn't have any responsibility as much before when you compete, and when you have your career, you are successful, you have a business. So it's a lot for her. And the fact that she didn't compete for a while, it was a lot for her. And she didn't feel well. And I think it was the best choice that she did to postpone the show because her health, it's more important.
When you say we're not going to go too deep into that because that's her business, but when you say postpone the show, does that mean she plans maybe doing it in 2021? She's lifetime qualified, you know.
Probably she's gonna do the 21. We didn't discuss about that yet.
Okay.
But I know that it did really hurt her, what's happened. But like I told her, I said, listen, I said, your health is more important and it's something that you can't control. And things happen and your body was telling you something and you just need some rest. And then I told her there's other time, there's other shows. So maybe she's gonna come back. I don't know. It's gonna be her decision.
So this women's bodybuilding this year, we follow every show very closely, and with the winner on their show also, it's we don't have the mass monsters. If you not don't say the monster, but we don't have the mass era. It's gone in women's bodybuilding now. There are Andrea is not the biggest girl on stage, but she was, in my opinion, the best. How do you like the scene now? Because there's a lot of women's physique girls now winning bodybuilding shows. Is this something you like, or are they too big now? Are they more type of physique you appreciate, or can you give us your opinion on that?
Um, I mean, yeah, I think they are the same.
Really?
I mean, even when I was competing, I didn't see any really improvement regarding the look.
Okay. Okay.
Um, they still muscular and big, so I didn't see anything. Maybe some of them, they didn't change, they changed a little bit their image and things like that, but I don't really see. No, I just see that they just want to be bigger. They just want to, they want. I think what's happening is what I watched some women, it's like they think that without bodybuilding, without their big muscular physique, I think they think that there's nothing they can do beside that. It's like they think that there's no life, or they think they're not going to have attention from people because that's all they have. And I think it's ridiculous to think like that, because there's always something to do. Because look, I stopped competing. I don't look the way I look anymore, but I still, have attention. I'm still successful. I just move on to other things. I think even men too, I think they get stuck. They think that they're so afraid to not be popular anymore. It's like, for example, I did get hacked on my Instagram account. I got almost 80,000 followers.
I
And
saw
my
that.
followers, and now I'm back to zero, and I had to regain. But I don't feel that, oh my God, I'm done. Oh, I don't have enough followers anymore. Oh, people not gonna. I don't care. It's not that important. It's important to have a followers, but you don't have to be afraid not to get attention from people. Oh, I don't have attention to my fans anymore. Who cares? People doesn't pay your bills. Yes, you be respectful, and I appreciate all my fans, and I keep in contact with my fans, and I appreciate them and all that. But it's my life. You know what I mean? And I'm not afraid of doing other things. I think some people, they don't have enough maturity to wake up and say, you know what, I'm worth it to do something else. I'm worth it for more than only in my little bubble, my little world of training and bodybuilding.
So when you retired, what were the things you did to get out of that bubble, as they say, or whatever? Like, was there anything you did? Was there when you retired? How did that transition go for you?
Actually, it went well. I'm a spiritual person.
Yes.
Not because I'm better. I do believe in God. I always been spiritual. And I think the fact that I disconnect myself from all this fitness industry is so shallow. It's all about your physique. It's all about the way you look. And people can be so greedy. People can be, sorry, the word, they can be shallow and, and hypocrite. They will see you, and doesn't mean that what they gonna tell you is the truth, but behind your back they will say something else. But I had to live, with those people and see those people all the time. So by disconnecting myself a little bit, sorry, I think it was easier for me, much, much easier to do the transition. I was still in contact with them. I was still, following. Even last year with Winston Strength, they inviting at the Olympia all the former Miss Olympia. to award us, and they treat us like queen. And it was nice to see people, but it was completely different, completely different. Sorry.
We loved seeing you there because we follow well, all bodybuilding, but women's bodybuilding for a long time now, and we were happy to see you up there because we haven't seen you that much. Thanks to Wings of Strength, we have women's bodybuilding. Without them, we wouldn't even have any women's bodybuilding. Is there any plans of you to represent women's bodybuilding for Wings of Strength now, a little bit, when the world opens up? Hopefully, sometime before we are still alive. Is there any plans for you doing more things like this? Because the fans would love to see you more, huh?
Well, it's nice, but I was invited and it was an honor and all that. And I'm thinking to get more involved means not competing and things like that. But I would love to maybe start sponsoring some athletes, and help them how to maintain themselves, how to look good on stage, and taking care of their skin, because I'm an esthetician. And right now I'm working on getting my own skincare line.
Okay.
So it's something that I'm thinking, maybe I will use some of the athletes. That's how I want to be involved. That's the only way I want to be involved.
What type of products are you looking at in your own skincare line? Do you know, or are you planning it?
Yeah. It's gonna be moisturizer, cleanser, anti-aging cream, things that scrub, things that for different type of skin, because we have different type of skin. So, and especially people of color, we tend to do hyperpigmentation. And hyperpigmentation, it's having little dark spot in our skin.
Darkening of the skin in different areas.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. So I think I'm working on a product that is definitely gonna help for that.
Interesting. When do you think you will be releasing these? Later this year?
Before this summer, yeah. Before the summer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're always busy. That's a good thing, isn't it?
I keep myself busy, and I'm always, even sometimes people see me, they know that I'm connecting online, and it's late, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning. Even I did message you sometime, and I know for you it was early, but for me it was like super late. I'm still working. I'm creating ideas and stuff like that, sending emails. So I go to bed late, but it's not because I'm entertaining myself or things like that. Sometimes I do take time to relax. I do love to relax as well, but I do work.
Don't you want to? Well, JB, what did you say? JB, are you worrying that you're working too much and not sometimes relaxing and enjoying all the people that want to marry you? And don't you want to relax sometime soon? What?
I do relax, but I'm not a party girl. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to parties. I'm not like that. I'm a type of person that I love to stay home, or I love nice dinners, or go to see a movie, or go to opera, or go to see art. That's the type of person I am. I'm not a party girl. So,
well, it was great catching up with you. It's great to see you're doing well. You look younger than you ever did. You're doing other things. You are a success story, and not a lot of women. I can't say that, but a lot of women bodybuilders, we don't see them after they retire. You know what I mean? And
thank you.
great to see you. So where can we see you? Where can people get your book? That's the thing that's most important right now. Where can people get it?
I will send you the link, so if you can post it, but they can find it on Amazon. You just Google Silhouette to Revival, and then they can go, or they can go also to my Instagram. My new Instagram, it's Dayana Cadeau _. So they can find me there as well.
Thank you very much. And before we go, I just want to let you know I'm never celebrating Halloween again.
Pardon me?
Just before we go, I just want to let you know I'm never going to celebrate Halloween again because of you.
Oh, really? You heard what I said about Halloween.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you
You're
very much for your
welcome.
time.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Yes. Bye bye, big
Bye bye.
kids. Bye.
Bye bye.